Good morning and welcome to the new episode of Dr. Lamba Explains Sikhism. Most of the religions which come out of a polytheistic religion advocate renunciation, asceticism, spiritual path, and negate the family, the social unit that's the base of civilized society. Sikhism here makes a departure from that practice, like Buddhism, which advocated renunciation, Jainism, and so on. Sikhism doesn't do so. It considers family to be an important part of not only the culture but civilized behavior. The founder, the first Guru of Sikhs, Guru Nanak, because he was not a founder, he was a first Guru. He stressed the importance of the way of householder as the ideal system of life for the seeker of liberation, rejecting the ascetic alternative. And he himself led a life which was a combination of spiritual life and a family life. He married, he had a family, he had two sons. He was a farmer near the end of his life. In between, of course, he traveled all over the known part of the world. And as a family member, he performed all the tasks expected of them as a part of society. Now, they imagined the Sikh Gurus, family to be a microcosm of creation. And if you cannot be part of microcosm, how can you be a part of the whole civilized cosmos? So this aspect has not been stressed often, and it is important. And the successors of Guru Nanak upheld the same ideal of the normal family life, expressing in their own lives as well as their teaching. The third Guru, for example, was very clear in the Adi Granth, page 586. Guru Amar Das wrote very clearly that family life is superior to the life of a sectarian garb because it's from the householder that the ascetics meet his need by begging. So if the family life is not there, how can the mendicants survive? They are essential for the survival of even the ascetics and the mendicants. And if they are essential for the survival of the mendicants, how can family life be negated or its importance minimized? To understand the family relationship, caste and gender issues need to be addressed from the Sikh perspective. As mentioned in Guru Granth Sahib, there is an ample support for the Institute of Family, and throughout the Holy Ground, there is advocacy of the mutual duties and responsibilities in the family setting. One needs to remain detached, yet distribute love, affection, hard labor, and make the environment pleasant and entertaining and endearing by raising the children and the protection of the parents and the grandparents. So it's not only a nuclear family, it's an extended family. And as a matter of fact, by implication, the Guru said that if you are a part of the nuclear family and then you look after the extended family and then keep on expanding it like concentric circles, you throw a pebble in a pond, in a lake, and the concentric circles are formed. They merge into each other. So, when you look after your family, you are looking after the whole world as a matter of fact. The family unit is basic unit according to them. And on the page 599 is clearly mentioned. Be immersed in the family life. The Lord's humble servant ever remains detached. He reflects upon the essence of the spiritual wisdom. So, you can be part of the family and yet you can be spiritual. And that is the crux of the situation. Do not run away. Asceticism is running away, escapism. Do your job and yet you remain detached. It's just like that. You are a trustee. You have been given a lot of money. So you look after that money. But that doesn't mean that you grab that money. And that is it. Guru Nanak raised a family. He had two sons, but he did not pass on the guruship to his son, but to an outsider. Same is what Guru Angad Dev, the second Guru, did. Same is what the third Guru did. The third Guru, of course, gave not to his son, but to his son-in-law. And then the promulgature did not set in. It was not always the eldest son who got it. So, the purpose was to play the full part of the family by exercising full commitment to this noble establishment, to be fully immersed in the social nucleus, but at the same time remain detached. And that was an emotional entanglement do not spin you from the given path of being honest. Essentiality and authenticity was the main thing. And as a matter of fact, the fifth Guru was very clear about that. And the Gurus did long away with the tradition of sannyasa. They did not build sannyasa. That's a renunciation, or in other words, abandonment of your duties. And on the page 587 of Guru Granth Sahib, it's mentioned, instead of wearing these beggar's robes, it's better to be a householder and give it to the others. The way of the householder was deemed better by the Gurus. And the Holy Granth was a wandering recluse on page 525 of Guru Granth Sahib. You have not cleared the fifth from yourself. You have not cleaned yourself. The dirt is still on you. You wear the dress of a ascetic, of a mendicant, in the heart of yourself. You have not recognized God. That's why then how can you be a sannyasi? How can you be an ascetic? The path of the family is the route to achieving the Godhood. However, when living as a householder, you have to exercise certain detachment, and Guru himself, he compares a human being to a lotus flower, unaffected by the water and yet remain in the water. And that's very clearly mentioned on page 949 of Guru Granth Sahib. So out of 1,430 pages, you would see every 50 pages there is a message that family is important. Living in the family, you have simply to remain clear of the entrapments of the world, the filth in the muddy water, and the muddy water into the sky. And that is what is dharma, the righteousness. Righteousness is not running away, but performing your job. And that's what even in Gita is mentioned, do your job wherever you are and yet remain pure. It's very easy to be honest when there's no temptation. Jesus Christ says, and cries out, Lord, lead not me into temptation. Guru Nanak doesn't say, don't lead me. He says, live in the part of temptation, but don't be tempted. And that is the beauty of the human soul and the noble soul, that you live in that part and yet you are not overtaken by the temptation. If you are away in a jungle, you don't say you are living a life, you want to be honest, and you don't get an opportunity to be honest, then that's not honesty. But if you get an opportunity to be dishonest and still remain honest, that is it. And that is what Guru says. Then within the family life is the samadhi, the meditation. When living as a family member, you have to float above the negativity. And negative is compared to the muddy water in which the lotus flower grows. Within the family life, attain a state of peace. On the page 148 of Guru Granth Sahib, in their own household and family, they are naturally samadhi. That's a natural thing. It should not be imposed. It should not come as an effect. It should be normal. Meet with the saints of the Lord and lotus and remain balanced and detached within your household. That is on page 1248 of Guru Granth Sahib. And if we start reading the Gurbani, you'll be amazed at how much they have mentioned. Giri mat sada har jan udasi gyan. Tat bichari satgur seva sadh paya har rakhya udhari. So, immersed in the family life, the Lord, humble servant, and remain detached. And that's on page 999. Serving true Guru, you get eternal peace and keep Lord enshrined heart. So it's a duality of personality. On the one side, you are a family member and you perform your duties which you are supposed to do as a human being. And yet, you are authentic, spiritual in behavior. As a matter of fact, Guru says very clearly that instead of wearing the beggar's robe, it's better to be householder, as I said earlier. And then Guru says further that be immersed in the word of Shabad, the word, that's important. Acquire understanding of the others wandered, deluded in doubt. And he says, when you are living the normal life, immersed in the duties, performing your duties, and yet your mind is always thinking of the purity, honesty, authenticity. That's much better than being mendicant, be doubtful whether it shall happen or not happen. No. The unenlightened people do not understand themselves, and then what they do? They become mendicants. They renounce the word. So renunciation is in fact a doubt on your capability. And that Guru says on the page 419 of Guru Granth Sahib. So not only Guru Granth and the Guru say that family life is better, but they are very clearly condemnatory of the path of renunciation, in the sense that average person tries to escape his duties by becoming an ascetic. So, what you have got to do is to lead a life. And then, he goes further on page 952, Guru Granth Sahib. He alone is a householder who restrains his passions and begs for meditation, austerity and self-discipline. He gives donations and charity with his body. Such a householder is pure as the water of the Ganges. So, charity, benevolence, that's a part of life. Make it a part of life, but not by renouncing it, but being a part of it. Now, this sort of a thing you would not find anywhere. And as a matter of fact, if I go further, for example, Guru Arjan Dev, the fifth Guru, he said the ideal family, which he mentions on page 371 of Guru Granth Sahib, where was the pivot of the family? It's a lady, a good-natured lady. And he, on page 371, as I say, he writes, she is blessed with 32 qualities, and the truthful and unblemished in her progeny. She is obedient, sagacious, beauteous. She fulfills the wishes of the heart of the groom, the Lord. She has soothed in every way the husband's younger brother, wives, husband's elder brother, his wife, and family. She is the counselor of the husband, younger brother, and elder brother. Blessed is the house where she has really entered, because she abides in peace and bliss. And then not only lead a family life, but lead happily. Guru Ramdas says, for example, on page 12, why your son quarrel with your father? It is a sin to quarrel with one who begot you and brought you up. So sort of family life should be a life of peace and love, not of fight. So the whole thing on page 64, for example, behold your family. You are lured away by emotional attachment, but when they leave, they will not go with you. When you die, they will not be with you. So when you are trapped and wrapped in the attachment of the house, that is bad. So the family of Sikhism, in Sikhism, is crucial, important, and as a matter of fact, for attainment of salvation, it's imperative to lead a normal life rather than be an escapist and run away from it. This sort of enrichment of family life, this sort of ennobling of family duties, this sort of elevation of family to the level of assuming it to be a path of salvation is exclusive to Sikh religion, and therein lies the difference. Thank you.